Hi, I'm Glenice Moore. I live in the Pacific Northwest and I'm a wildlife artist and teacher. I have searched high and low for the perfect brushes to use with my technique, and I find that the Black Gold Dynasty work the best. And I'm going to show you how to use this cute little brush called a fountain brush. And it looks like maybe a frayed shader, but it's round, you see? And the inside of it is hollow. And consequently, the way I use it and the way I find that it works really good is you just dip it in the water and blot it. I'm going to take the paint up here like this and just put the brush straight down, and I just wiggle it around. So I'm going to add just a little more white there so you can see, and just load the tip of it. Now I'm going to show you the one thing I really like it for. I do a lot of horses and gorillas and things like that. So there's a bit of bumps, I guess. I don't know what you call them, but little bumps on their muzzles. And it's hard to paint those in. So if you take this brush, and I just use the side of it like this, and just kind of peck the stuff in, and you can even go in a little circle with it. I didn't want these things to show up too much on the paintings. So if I get it started like that, then I can come in with a bit of lighter color and just, I don't know if this is going to show up. Maybe I should do dark. That's a little more black. And just kind of peck those in there like that. And then soften them down. And then now I can come back with a bit more white and just kind of tap it in. And if you work the wet into wet, and just very lightly tap those in. Now if you get that on a larger painting, say on a horse's muzzle or a gorilla face or something of that sort, elephant ears, that's going to give you that mottled effect. And then you would come back in with your regular paint, and maybe after, we'll make a little horsey mouth there like that. Then you would come back in and glaze in a bit of a shadow over it. But this works really, really good for the texture. You also can load it, we'll just take a little bit of orange there. You can load just the tip of it, and you can make little fun flowers in your pictures. Just some little textures, and for texture in your meadow or something like that. It's a fun brush, and it does come in real handy. Now the fountain brush, which is the hollow tipped one, I used around the lips here because they have little bumps on their lips, and I don't know if you know anything about gorillas, but they have nose prints that distinguishes one from another. We have fingerprints, they have nose prints, so all these little bumps are different on every gorilla, but this is where I use the fountain brush. This is my painting of an African elephant. It's called the Matriarch, and it's done in acrylic, and I wanted to show you the different ways that you could use the fountain brush. The fountain brush is made by Dynasty. It's in the Black Gold series, the 206 series, and I used a larger one for this. And you underpaint, and then you kind of tap in where all these segments are. And then I went back, of course, and detailed them. I used the fountain brush on a good deal of this whole painting. Over here on the side of the elephant, I tapped in they have very rough texture to their hide. So I tapped that in and then kind of blotted it down a little bit so it wasn't as pronounced as the front of the trunk. I used the fountain brush in here to add the texture inside of the ear, as well as up on the forehead. And this isn't quite as pronounced, you know, because I had it a little bit wetter, and I took the blender and just kind of softened it out, and then went back with the shaders and the rounds and added my detail. It's just another way of creating texture.